Now we have Bukky Yusuf, someone I've known for a long time, and I believe she's sharing on why teachers, educators should engage in using education technology. So that's your microphone.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and there's a clicker just here.
I'll handle two things at once.
Okay, I know. We good?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, 7 minutes.
All right, okay, here we go. So quite a number of slides. Basically, I'm involved in lots to do with educational technology because of the fact that I absolutely love teaching and learning, and anything I can actually use to enhance it, I'm involved with. So with EdTech, I just don't talk about EdTech, I just think about what could we do to enhance that. My initial skills were very poor, and the first introduction I had to improve my skills were with some Year 7 students who saw a PowerPoint with lots of text and said, "Miss, you can do better than that." I didn't know, and they actually came up to the screen to show me how to do it. So as I say, my background is the fact that I actually led a project for 3 years, which ended with all of the departments getting devices of their choice, including sixth form students. And that enabled us to actually allow students who weren't able to afford devices to have the Chromebooks or iPads and use it to work independently. I'm also engaged in a number of different forums, just sharing my expertise and my advice and my experiences regarding EdTech. On reflection, when I thought about who would be in the audience, I thought most of you, if you're here, you're already involved with EdTech in one shape or form already. But then I thought it's actually about a take-home message. We live in a digital era. I've just come hurtling over from Brent with staff who still are wedded to paper. And I'm an anomaly because if I say, don't give me anything by paper because I'll lose it, give things to me electronically. So I think it's just reminding ourselves and also staff about where we actually are. And I wanted to actually think about 4 different aspects in which really educators should engage with EdTech. The first, obviously, is teaching and learning. Now, just a nod to UNIO, they provide resources that allow you to look at teaching and learning and the progress of students in real time, which we can't do physically. It's very difficult, even with an hour, to visit every single child, look at their work, and actually get a sense about what they're doing and what they need to improve. There are a host of other suites we can actually use, even VR headsets to enhance your teaching and learning. But the key question I ask is this: what can EdTech do that you can't normally do within lessons? That's the key question. Now, if you find that the answer is nothing, then don't use it. Because at the end of the day, it's about the purposeful use of technology. However, I love this quote because technology enables even the quietest students, those that don't engage for a variety of reasons, to share their thinking, to engage and interacting with you in ways that you may not otherwise have. Marking and feedback. If you talk to teachers, what's the number one thing like on their backs? It's marking and feedback. We can use very simple tools. For example, autocorrect. It's a feature in Word where you can create a bank of statements that you can use and then personalize. Mail merge. You can use, again, a bank of statements, and combining different things, you can actually get written feedback produced within a fraction of a time. Verbal feedback, so for drama, art and things like that, where there's not so much written down, we can use simple things. John mentioned earlier about Google Keeps. You do a voice record and you can attach it, particularly if you use Google Apps for Education, and the students can access it. Even Shobi, if you use iPads, there's a very simple voice record feature to capture feedback. So however you decide to actually provide feedback, whichever forum, my question again to that is, what can EdTech actually do that will save you time and most importantly provide you timely feedback that your students can act upon? Because let's face it, we spend a tremendous amount of time writing. It happens after the learning, maybe after the unit's actually been taught, and the students don't do anything with that. A complete waste of time and a missed opportunity. Digital citizenships of our students. We live in a global era, and again, it's just modelling and thinking about how do we demonstrate digital citizenship, even if it's about being safe online, not sharing your username and passwords, not engaging in behaviour that may come back and bite us in ways that we don't want. So question, how do we actually model it to our students that demonstrate effective digital leadership? Because we're with them for many hours of the day, many weeks, months of the year, and we have great influence over them. And lastly, using technology to influence us as leaders. These 3 things about inspiring vision, influencing positively, and developing others, you can do that with a variety of different tools. I've engaged with mentoring, coaching, all virtually through the use of technology. And these are the reasons why I love it so much. And there's one key factor. It allows you to do more than you can in real life. So, I close with some advice, depending on where you are. If you, in the audience, are technophobes or you know technophobes at school, ask them to just try things out, just to engage and to get the support they need in the lessons as well as outside of lessons. Ask them to find someone who can actually hold their hands and show them the ropes, and not to be put off when things go wrong. Because let's face it, a lot of people are like, they try it once, maybe twice if you're lucky, and that's it. It doesn't work. Now, if you, like me, love tech, support your colleagues who don't love it, but most importantly, engage on a strategic level. Have the conversations with leaders who are maybe dazzled by educational technology, but don't really understand the benefits. As I said, if it doesn't link back to meaningful teaching and learning, then it's not actually going to be useful. Now, any event that I go to when I've got educational technologists or educational companies, I always mention this particular book by Jay Ashcroft. It's fantastic. If you do not, if you don't know it and not read it, get a copy. This basically, I think, should be the EdTech Bible, and he doesn't pay me or anything like that. It genuinely gives you different reasons, rationales, and solutions of how to use EdTech in a meaningful way, depending on what your institution needs from it. And lastly, to educational companies. I put this by Fraser because his catchphrase is, I'm listening. And educational companies are now listening. As was mentioned earlier on, there's less money. So they know that schools can't really engage if it involves some cost. However, what I'd say to educational companies is, think about connecting with educators. Go to events like this, BET, whatever, where you can actually talk to educators, but think about the diversity. One of the things that may be putting off educators with EdTech is the fact that who do we normally think of? It's a very specific demographic. Think about engaging women or even members of the educational community that don't normally get engaged. Hear what they've got to offer and look at their perspectives, because they can give you insights that will be really valuable and that you can actually develop. A whistle-stop tour within 7 minutes. Thank you very much.
Brilliant stuff, Bukky. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.